Welcome to Redefining Medicine, an intimate and personalized program that illustrates a different side of the practice of medicine. Our in-depth conversations will focus on the physicians and practitioners who are redefining medicine through their integrative, functional, and holistic approach to health and well-being.
Welcome to our weekly podcast, Redefining Medicine. We are happy to welcome back Dr. Deb Matthews, a renowned physician, educator, speaker, and author focused on restoring health through addressing root causes of disease. Welcome, Dr. Matthew.
Thank you so much for having me back.
A whole lot has happened within the world of medicine and the world at large since you last visited the show. How has your practice and personal approach to your career evolved in the past year and a half since COVID-19 pandemic first began?
You know, so much has changed. And honestly, I have to say for my practice, so much has changed for the better. Because back in March of 2020, we instantly had to go virtual. And so when everything closed down, we were closed for, I think, about 8 days or so. And then we reopened virtual. We had to create all new ways of doing things and looking after our patients. And, you know, there was a time of transition. It was a little bit bumpy in the beginning, but really within a couple of months, we sort of reinvented how we did things and had a really great year for the practice in 2020. People were really interested in looking after their health. So our patients who had been with us for a long time were coming in and keeping their appointments. And we really didn't have, other than, you know, March and April maybe of 2020, we really didn't have any dip in the practice. And we had a really good year in 2020. So we took advantage of all these new things that we learned. We changed so much about our processes in terms of our software systems and phone systems, and we automated things. So we really took it as an opportunity to take our practice to the next level. And we are just busier than ever. We've really up-leveled how we're delivering services to our patients. And it's really actually, strangely enough, been a really wonderful time period for us.
Do you see yourself as an advocate for integrative medicine? And if so, what activities do you participate in to promote the field?
I really do believe that I'm an advocate, and I feel so strongly about this. So one of the things that I do is I'm the president of the North Carolina Integrative Medical Society. So as far as we know, we are the only state that has an integrative medical society. And what we work really hard to try to do is find other integrative and functional medicine practitioners, because generally when you are changing how you practice medicine, you tend to feel very isolated and alone. A lot of your colleagues may not really understand exactly what the heck you're doing and how things have changed. So a lot of us can feel kind of isolated. So what we are doing in North Carolina and in the neighboring states is we are trying to find as many integrative practitioners as we can and create a sense of community so that we can all support each other, because we can do so much more together than we can individually. So that's one of the ways that I feel like I can really make an impact in helping to support the practice of integrative medicine.
You will be speaking at the upcoming A4M World Congress live this December during the session on hormone vitality for female patients. Will you provide us with a preview of this topic and why this topic is so important for clinicians to understand?
Well, that's a good question for me, because my topic is going to be on how to treat adrenal issues. And with the pandemic and all the stress that's going on in the world, all of our patients are stressed out, all of us are stressed out. And stress is such a huge factor in so much chronic disease. And as practitioners, it's not enough for us to tell our patients, you know, oh, it's stress, you need to go reduce stress, because that never really helped anybody. What we really need to understand is how can we measure adrenal function? What are the factors that cause problems with adrenal function? What do we do about cortisol levels that are not normal? What are the lifestyle factors? What are the nutritional supplements that we can use? Are there prescription medications that can help? So we're going to actually walk through how to identify who has a problem with adrenal function and chronic stress, and what are some really practical steps that practitioners can take in order to help their patients. And this is something that is probably important for all patients. I mean, there are really very few people out there that are not feeling the effects of stress right now. And in terms of mental health issues and physical health issues, it's just such an important, timely topic right now.
Hey there, listeners. It's your host of the weekly podcast, Redefining Medicine. I have a question for you. How much time do you spend ordering functional lab tests for your patients? Ordering from multiple lab companies for hundreds of patients can quickly turn into hours of admin time. But there's a new way to order lab tests that I'm excited to share with you. Rupa Health is a tool that lets you order 20 plus specialty labs in a single portal. You can order all tests you normally do from companies like Dutch, Vibrant, Genova, and Great Plains, and so many more. Imagine you're ordering a hormone panel for a patient that includes tests from 3 different labs. You have to log into 3 different websites to place separate orders and then come back weeks later to check tracking number and download results. Rupa eliminates all of that by having all ordering, tracking, and results in a single place, and they also handle invoices, tracking shipments, automated follow-ups, personalized instructions for completing tests, and so much more. The best part about Rupa, it's free for all practitioners. Go to rupahealth.com, that's RUPA health.com, to join a live demo or sign up to see how it works. Now let's get back to today's show. Are there any particular personal practices that you maintain that are helping you remain healthy and grounded?
Yeah, when we got shut down in spring of 2020, one of the things that I really took seriously in a way that maybe I hadn't previously is my morning routine. Because I used to have to get up and get in the car and, get through traffic every day. And suddenly I didn't have to do that. And so I really got established in my morning routine of exercising and meditating and journaling. And I really found that helped me so much to stay grounded and centered. Every day I was writing out at least 3 things that I was grateful for when I was doing my journaling. And it really helped me start my day with my head in the right space, feeling good about going into the day. And it did get harder to maintain that now, now that I'm back in the office again and I got to go back through the traffic. Although traffic has not been so bad since the pandemic, because not everybody's back out there yet. But I really do find that having that morning routine has really been helpful for me. And of course, these are the kind of things that we tell our patients all the time. But as doctors, we are not always the best patients. And so it had not been my strength before. And I'm really, really enjoying it. And I really do plan to stick with it because I think it makes a big difference for me.
Thank you, Dr. Matthew, for sharing your insights and expertise with our audience today.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It's always fun to talk to you.
And thank you to all of our listeners. Until next time.